Hello YouTube family, this is Ravi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So we are back on the scripting series, Learn Scripting from Scratch. And we have covered 3 videos on scripting where we have started with our very basic class of JavaScript which is required for ServiceNow. And trust me guys, you have to learn only this much. If anything is needed extra, I will keep on telling you in the scenarios. Second, we have gone through the glide record, what is glide record family, how we can execute the glide record and the other scenarios we are going to see in the videos. And this video, we are going to start with a business rule where we will create an important factor on ServiceNow tables that is nothing but our business rule. So let's get started. Basically, business rule is nothing but server side of a script where we will write server side scripting. And what we need in server side, if you remember in server side, we required querying the database. We can get the data from the table, we can add data, we can delete data, and we can modify the data. That CRUD operation, if you remember, create, update, read, and delete. So basically what we are going to read this business rule, why we use it and where we use it and how we use it. What is the use of current and previous and what are the types of business rule. Let's get started. And obviously the most important point, the live scenarios, that is very important. And thank you so much guys for everyone. We have reached 1.03k family now. And I am hoping that we will reach much more. Keep supporting and keep loving these videos guys. Business rule. You can read this definition. I will put a link in the description from where you will get this particular PPT. You can go there, but I will not go with the definition details. Rather than that, we will go with the theoretical, practical way instead of going to the theoretical way. So just a definition, the server side of the scripting. So what we can do on the server side of the scripting, if I take you to this notepad, if you remember this notepad, I have done it. What we can do, we can create, read, update, and delete the database. And we have done all these requirements, if you remember. If you have not checked that video, you can go back and check the videos from the description link. And even you can find in the playlist of the scripting series. Let's go back. Over here, you will notice it used for database operation, CRUD operations. C for create, read for read, update for update, and D for delete. So creating any record of table, reading anything from the table, updating anything, and deleting anything from the table. Basically, when do business rule execute? So basically, we have 4 types of business rule existing in ServiceNow. I took a screenshot, I have pasted over here. There are 4 types: before, after, async, and display. We'll talk about this one by one with the examples in this business rule. But obviously, we have a definition on this particular PPT. You can go back and check the definition about after business rule. Then you have before business rule, async, and query business rule. So we'll not go in the definition base. Let's go back to the ServiceNow and let me tell you how it works. So we are on ServiceNow platform and let me type here business rule. So once I type business rule, you will notice you have to find business rule under system definition. This is a module system definition. Under that, you will find a business rule and you can make it a favorite. And yes, so that we move on the top. Business rule, open this business rule. Once you open this business rule, first thing what you guys have to notice, as I mentioned in most of the videos, first check the URL. What is the table name? Sys script. It means that this is not created by me, it is created by ServiceNow out of the box. This means system. Script means script. So the name is called system script and the short word is sys script. So if you know the table name, you will copy this, you will put it over here and do a dot list. It will open the same table for you, that is nothing but your business rule. Correct? Now once you open this, you will notice I have 4,240 business rule on different tables. See, there are list of tables. Now we are going to create a new business rule over here. Let's create a new business rule and let me create a scenario as well. So first of all, let me take you to the incident table. Click on all and let's click on new. So if you open business rule, let it open. Take some time to open the business rule. Yeah. Once it open, guys, you will notice on the first go, you have to mention the table name. Without table name, you cannot proceed. So what do you mean by business rule? The rule which you are going to create to satisfy business need. The rule which you are going to create to satisfy business need is called your business rule. So in business rule, you are going to perform a server side of a scripting. So whatever the table you will select, obviously, we are going to select any table. It means that we can do all these operations: create, update, delete, and query the table. These are the 4 operations only which you can perform with the help of business rule. So we have to tell ServiceNow that, okay, ServiceNow, if I am choosing incident table, the rule will be applied to the incident table. So let me choose here incident. Click here, incident. Okay. And let's say the business rule is test. First topic we are going to see test before PR, business rule. And just save it. So once you save it, you will notice we have certain conditions over here. Let it load it. Yeah. So when you will create a business rule, always remember you have to check this option called advanced. If you don't check this option, then you will not get the condition to execute. First, you have to check these conditions. When you create a business rule, remember you have to check this option. Because if you don't check this option, you will never find when you want your business rule to execute. We have to tell ServiceNow, correct? So check this option and you will notice when is coming up and advanced section is also coming up. Let me check again. See, advanced section and when is coming up. So these are the 4 types of business rule available in ServiceNow. Before, after, asynchronous, and display. Before means, okay, before going to that details, before we have to perform certain action. So let's say I'm checking this option before insert, means whatever we are going to insert on the incident table, but before I will take some action. Example, I will talk about it without scripting as of now. Before insert, the requirement is, let me go back to the notepad. Requirement. Okay. When I save the incident form, I want short description on the incident form to be populated with Ravi ServiceNow. For example, I'm just talking about it. Go back. So before insert means, let's go back to incident table. Before inserting these details to incident database, we will perform certain action. Means if I right click and save it after filling all the mandatory details, after clicking this, but what action I will be performing? I will type the action in the action section. Or I can use advanced section where we can write a script. This part we will discuss in details. In action section, what you can do, you can set the field value. Any value you can set. For example, let me show you. Short description. Short description to Ravi ServiceNow. And just I am saving it. I am not writing any script as of now. I'll talk about a script. So what will happen? Whenever I save, I will try to save it, but before any action will take. So what action will take? So it will call this business rule, and business rule will copy this name and put it over here on the short description. Let me show you. I'm refreshing the page. Now fill the mandatory details first. You can use business rule on any table, guys. It's not like that incident. See, I am giving anything. Quick, fine. Now if I right click and save it, now before will execute. Before saving it, the short description value will change to Ravi. Now this data is saved to ServiceNow incident table, not the previous data. So this is called before business. So that definition is something like that. After you click on save button, but before any action you have taken. I will tell you the definition. Before PR After you click on save or submit button. So after you click, obviously it will have after. If I right click and save, it's after. But there's a but word. Before any action is taken in database. And what action is taken? So here before business rule will execute and they will call server side scripting or action. If you have a script written, then we call a script. If you have written action, it will call an action saying that hey ServiceNow, please set the sort description to Ravi ServiceNow so that before saving it, the value should be populated. Another example, let me give a message. Hi, I am before business rule. That's it. No scripting I have used. See what will happen. It will add a message on the top. Let me go back again. It will always work on insert, guys, not on update. If you want to do this on update, you have to check this option update also. So that if I click on update, then update will also. The first time I will right click and save it. Now before it will execute, it will give a message on the top. Hey, I am using before business rule and short description is Ravi's. I hope you are clear on the before business rule. So what are the scenarios existing in business before business rule? So what is the scenario is like, before you present this form to the customers, I want the details should be coming from any other table. In that case, we are going to write an script over here, which I will talk about it. Action section where you can set the field value. If there is only few field value you want to set, you can set it. There is no scripting required. If you want to add a message, there is no scripting required. You can use add a message. And there's an option abort action, means if you don't want user to save the form on insert. Yep, wait that. When to run on insert, if you don't want user to save the form, in this case, let me just zoom out. In this case, you can click on this option called abort. So the form submission will be cancelled. So we have two options, guys. If you have seen my client script series where we have used on change, on submit, on select it. So on submit, if you remember, we have cancelled form submission to client script. We use on submit and return false. But here we have an option directly that prevent the rule from carrying out any action. So this action will be not carried out. That will be aborted. Now we'll go to the advanced series section, and what we will notice here, automatically few details are there. Function, we have already discussed about it. What is function? If you not check that video, you can go back and check the first video of mine. What do you mean by function? How to create an object? Everything is mentioned on that video. Function, then function name, and inside the function name, we have two things. What are these called? Last video with what is called, these are called parameters. Inside the packet, what you will get is called a parameter. The parameter first name is current and second name is previous. So always remember, current means current object on the table. And what is object? As I mentioned, we have a car. Car is an object. And if we want to access car color, what we will do? Car.color, car.tire, car.seat. So to go inside the car, to open the car, we have to use a method. Correct? Car.open, car.start, car.drive. Similarly, to go inside the table, they have referred here current. So this current is referred to which table? Incident table. Whatever the current table you are existing. If I type here current dot, why? Because current is an object. I told you current is an object. Object, with the help of object, we can access anything. Like we did in the previous class, variable x equal to new glide record. X was an object, so x dot. Similarly, current dot, current is an object. With the help of object, we can go inside the table called incident, and what we can access anything. Current dot short description we can access. Current dot service offering, category, caller, everything we can access with the help of current. If I write here current dot short underscore description equal to test, for example. Now what will happen when I will submit it, it will go ahead and update the record. Let me show you. So current refer to the current object on the table, previous refer to the previous object on the table. So what was the previous value? The previous will capture that. If you want, you can check here. Here. Previous dot short description, and I will store in a variable x equal to. Now, if you want to know what is stored in x, we can print the x, correct? So we can use gs dot print. Now, print functionality will not work in business tree. So to print it or to get the information out of it, we can either use info or log. Anything is fine. If you use log, guys, we have a table called log table in service logs, where all the logs are existing. That is called system logs. Let me show you. Come down. Yeah, system logs all. And if you give a log over here, then all the things will be captured under the logs table. If you use gs.info, that also you can see with the help of logs. So we will use log, and we will use the value of previous is space plus where the previous stored x. So you will use x. Remember, guys, we have discussed about it, or why it's called string. What is this plus called? So I am not repeating again and again. You can watch the series and then you can come back to this video, and you will definitely you're gonna understand this. If you have a career in ServiceNow, it is the best way that you can go back and watch that video, then come back over here and then read this. Okay, now save it. And what I will do, I will check. Okay, it's already checked. So update it. On update also it will work. So what I will do is, on this insert table, let me type here test. Okay, and right click and save. Save it or update it. Both is fine. Right click, save it. Now, before business rule will execute, and you will notice short description is set to test. Can you see? What is set? Test. Correct. And what is the value of previous? Let me check what was the value of previous. So I will go to the log table and put it over here. The value of previous is, you will notice the value of previous is Ravi ServiceNow. So previous value of short description was Ravi ServiceNow, and the current value of short description become the test. That is the use of current and previous. Current refer to the current object, previous refer to the previous object. Remember this, guys, and it will be very helpful for you to create a requirement and convert the requirement into normal English and then use it. What I did, I just created a requirement in such a way that I can use both the object, current also and previous. Current means on the current table, previous means on the current table but previous value. Current means current table, current value. Previous means previous table, current, previous value. Previous value, current table. Remember this. Now, I have not used a statement called update over here. So there's a catch, guys. Let me go back to the notepad. We will avoid using current dot update in any of the business rule. Why so? So this is not the best practice. Never use current dot update. So see why it is not good. So if you use current dot update, nothing will happen in this case. Same thing is there. So what you are doing, you are updating the current record, guys. Why we need that? Why? Because we are already on the current table. We are already using before insert, before update. So we are using this word called update. It will automatically update it, guys. You don't have to write current dot update. It is not recommended to use current dot update in any of the business rule. If you want, you can use it, but that will cost you a server side. It might go in a loop. It might have for your system in the production. So never use current dot update. Why? You can use before update. Correct? Update means you are already updating the table. If you are updating table here, and again you are updating, what is the point of this? It will take extra spaces. It will query the table at the server side, and it might impact, who knows. The worst part is, don't use it after business rule. If you use after business rule, then you are gone. what it will do, it will update it and will go in a loop. So never try to do this current dot update. If you are using current dot update, please change your business rule to before update. That will definitely gonna work as a current dot update. So never use this. Remember that. So before means before doing anything on the database, you are performing certain action and then you are saving it. That is called a before business rule. And after business rule is just opposite of it. After you save the form, for example, if I now I save the form, now I will perform certain action, then the after business rule will execute. So before means before you do it, before you click on, after you click on save button, but before you are performing certain action. But after means after you click on save and after you are performing certain action. That is called your after business. So the after business rule, we'll see the next video. I'll give you a few more scenarios on the before business rule, and then combined, once I complete the business rule, then I will combine, give you a lot of scenarios on business rules. So let me go back and give here. Yeah. Now what I want is before insert and before update, I want current logged in caller to be displayed over here on the caller side. So whoever the caller, doesn't matter if I save it or update it, I want a current logged in caller. Simple. How to get the current logged in caller with the help of server side of a scripting? Remember in the previous video we have seen, to get the current caller, we always use gs.getUser ID. Correct? gs.getUser ID will always get you the current caller. Now, where I have to set? I have to set over here on the caller part. So what we will use? Current object, not the previous one. Let me use here variable previous caller equal to previous dot. I hope you're able to see this. Let me zoom it. Previous dot caller. What is the backend name of caller, guys? We always use backend name. Right click. The backend name is caller underscore ID. So we'll use caller underscore ID. Now let me put it in a log, gs.log, to check who was the previous caller. Who is the previous caller plus previous caller. I will put it over here. Now what I want to set the current caller. So current dot caller underscore ID, which is a backend name. So current means current table object, and then what is the backend name of the field? Caller ID. So current dot caller ID equal to current logged in user you can get with the help of GS, which is a glide system, which is an API which will allow you to get the user ID. That's it. Save it and check whether it is working or not. I'm saving it, guys. I have not used current dot update. Let me refresh this page and it will work on insert. That's all, guys. So current refer to the current caller, then current dot caller ID equal to gs dot get user ID. So let me, I have removed it. So let me go to the incident. Open this incident table. Let's create a record. First, I will keep the caller as anything. Let's say Ramon test 1, 2, 3. Now what will happen? See, before business rule will execute now. Right click, save it, and it will change the caller to system admin. Correct? Now if I go back to the log and I will check who is the previous caller, what it will show me? It will show me null, nothing. See, it is showing me nothing. First one. Okay, this might have executed later. Let me remove this. Cannot delete it like this. Okay, no problem. We cannot delete the logs from here. I will change the name. So let me push the previous caller in the or on the incident table. Okay. Currently, if you notice, it is executed just now. You can see here 2 minutes ago. So currently, it is not showing anything. But now, if I change this system admin to anything else, for example, R, any caller Ron, and now save it, you will notice the caller is changed back to system admin as per my requirement, current caller is current logged in user. But now if you notice who is the previous caller on the incident table, if I copy this and put it here on the log, you will notice we will get a sys. This is whose sys? If you want to find out, let's copy this sys. Go to the user table. I hope guys you know what is sys. We have discussed this on the table series when we done the table part. Sys is nothing but it is a unique ID, 32-digit ID given to all the records. Every record has a unique ID so that it will be different from the other records. So if I click here and if I put here sys, sys is, give the sys, it should be system admin. See? So always remember, whenever you try to access reference, this is a reference field, correct? We have a magnifying glass. If I click on this, we'll get the user details, correct? So when you try to access any reference field, it will always return you the sys. So how to convert sys into the you can say readable format? Obviously, it is like caller ID, current dot caller ID. Sorry, it was previous. So previous dot caller ID dot, you can use dot first name, dot last name, or dot name. So let me show you. Instead of this, if I use dot name, so you will notice we have a two dot working concept over here. I have told this concept in my previous videos. It means that it will go to the incident table, previous, yeah, because incident is selected. Now it will go to the caller and will go inside the caller table. Caller table is nothing but user table, guys. If we go inside the user table, what we need name. So we use dot name. So it will give me the name instead of sys. This is also correct, but we cannot read who it is. In this case, always convert sys into readable format. Now save it. And now again do the same. Let's say T and save it. It should be system admin. Now if I again refresh the page, where's your log statement? Enter. See, this time you are getting a word called system admin, correct? Always remember, if you want to convert any sys to their display value, we can either use name, dot name, because on user table we have a word called name, or instead of that you can use get display value. This is also fine, and this will also work. Get display value will convert the sys into your display value. Let me show you again. If you use get display value instead of name, still it will convert the sys into the given value. Remember this word, get display value. So let's go back to the incident, again change it to someone else and again save it. It will change back to system admin, obviously because of my script. But if I do it here, again you will see system admin, correct? 1 minute ago, this is just now. See system admin. It means that get display value and dot name do the same functionality. I shorted it with the descending order, so it is just now 1 minute back, and this was 3 minutes ago, where I was not using any dot work. So remember, current is used for current object, previous is used for the previous object. This is one of the requirement. Now, add a message on the top. The incident is created slash updated. Yeah, let me save it now. Yeah, it's saved now. gs.add info message, current dot number. It should be coming on the top. Let me just go back and incident. Click on all. Click on new. Anything is fine. Save it. Before business rule should execute, and hey, the incident is created, updated, incident number is 10027. So remember, add message, add info message, you can get current logged in caller with the help of GS. So we have to study a lot more in server side. We can get a time and we can set type somewhere else. We have to compare the time, get the difference of time, time zone. All those videos will be coming. So don't worry on that. First we'll learn the basics, then we'll go in the deep advanced series. So these are the all basics, and the next video when we meet, we will deal with after business rule, and I'll give you the beautiful example of after business rule in ServiceNow. So that's all of today, and we'll meet in the next video. Till then, thank you.